What's poppin' YouTube? It's FSU and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. Today we actually have a pretty interesting video because today I'm going to talk about what Niantic is currently working on for Pokemon Go, like what they're actually working on to bring to the game, future updates that are actually going to come, right? And then later on in the video, I'm going to compile an update wish list of some stuff I would really want to see in the game, and hopefully we can see these brand new updates come to Pokemon Go by the end of the year, because let's be honest people, Pokemon Go, it's getting pretty stale right now, and I don't want to say the game is dead. I mean, believe me, the game is not dead. I still see people walking around playing it. I still enjoy the game, right? But the game is dying and it's not as fun as it used to be. So hopefully some of these updates that we can mention in this video will maybe revive the game and bring some hype back to it and bring it back to what it used to be. Before I get into the video, I do want to mention that since I'm going to be talking about an update wish list later on in this video, it's going to be some stuff I really want added into Pokemon Go. I'm going to tag Niantic in the title of this video, so by liking the video, as you can see, it will notify them on Twitter. So if everyone can just spam like on this video, hopefully Niantic will see it in the notifications and they'll watch this video and they'll get some update ideas, because I'm not going to name like, you know, broad update ideas, right? I actually have a few specific things that you probably have never heard of that would actually make the game a ton of fun, and it would be a game changer, and it would be easy to implement as well. So hopefully Niantic, if you're watching this, welcome to the channel, you know what I'm saying? And just ignore me hacking, by the way, Niantic, alright? This is something people mention on my videos in the past. Please ignore me hacking, alright? The only reason I'm hacking is because the game's stale, so if you add an update, then I'll stop, alright? There's the deal, Niantic, so pay attention, alright? Anyway, before I get into this pretty epic update wish list, I do want to mention Niantic has previously mentioned that they are already working on trading for Pokemon Go, and it should come in the late fall. So right now, you know, a few days ago, it was the first day of fall, so late fall, that probably means in a month or so. So I wouldn't expect trading like next week, but trading in Pokemon Go will come soon. So I'm not going to talk too much about trading because obviously it's going to be coming in about a month or so, because Niantic has already said they are working on trading for Pokemon Go, which is good. Thank God they're working on something and not just sitting on their asses all day. But anyway, they also mentioned that they are working on battling with friends in friendly battles and whatnot. Now, they never mentioned when this would come out. It might come out with trading. It might come out like a month later. Fuck it, dude. Niantic's Niantic. It might come out in like 5 years, alright? But they did mention that they are thinking about and they're starting to work on battling friends as well. Now, they also touched on Generation 2 Pokemon. Now, they never directly said they're working on Generation 2 Pokemon. They just touched on it and said they would love to add it to the game. So, I don't know what that means. Maybe that means they're working on it for next year. I doubt Generation 2 Pokemon will come by the end of this year. But Generation 2 Pokemon is in their thought process. Like, they are considering it, which is good. I would love Generation 2 Pokemon. It's just going to add obviously a ton of Pokemon to the game and just make the game even more fun than it already is. And that's something we kind of need because the game's getting a little stale right now. But some things I would love to see added to Pokemon Go, right? And believe me, these features would just change the game. One feature I would love is for them to like add a mini game for players to like play with their Pokemon or feed their Pokemon. Now, as dumb as that sounds, you might be like, why the fuck would you want to feed your Pokemon and play with your Pokemon, right? Well, in previous Pokemon games, you have been, not all the games, but in some of the games, you've been able to do that. And also, it's going to keep players on the game and in the game. It's going to keep players playing with their Pokemon instead of just closing out of the app. It's going to keep players logged in and playing longer. And that's something as a business you want. So this is like a win-win. It gives the players more things to do with their Pokemon. And maybe like feeding your Pokemon gets them like better attack skills or something. I don't know. You guys would have to, if you have any ideas about that, throw it in the comment section below, because I never thought this out too much. I thought out one of the other update ideas, which is coming up next, baby. But maybe you can like play with them like in the AR mode and they're like in your room. Like, that would be pretty cool. I don't know. Just some things to think about. This would be really easy to add as well. All you have to do is just allow them to move a little bit and you're fucking set. That's entertaining a kid, because obviously playing and feeding Pokemon wouldn't necessarily be a necessity. It would just be for entertainment. But maybe they can make something like feeding Pokemon gets them a better CP or something like that. You know, just something really simple like that. Obviously, it's not going to be a game changer, but it is a big feature they could add to the game after trading. Obviously, I want trading and battling friends before any of this. But something else I do want to mention is fixing obviously the tracker, but not only fixing the tracker, right? I've already talked about fixing the tracker. They already are beta testing a tracker in San Francisco right now. That works perfectly fine. This tracker will work, but something else they could add is Pokemon in your area. So like, yeah, we can look at the tracker and see what Pokemon are nearby, but there should be a feature within the tracker that allows you to see Pokemon within your city. Like, for example, there's a Snorlax somewhere in Orlando, and I have to be like, oh, okay, I wonder where in Orlando this Snorlax is. Stuff like that, right? It'll make the game more interesting because it's going to show you a bunch of rare Pokemon, and it's going to make it a lot harder to find them, or technically easier to find them, but it's going to be showing you the rare Pokemon more often, which makes the games a lot more interesting, because you open up Pokemon Go and the only thing you see is fucking Pidgeys and Weedles, right? Pisses you off, doesn't it? But if you open up the tracker and you see there's a Gyarados in your city, you're like, oh shit, I should walk around the city, even though you're highly, you know, unlikely to find it if it's a Gyarados in the city as big as like Orlando, right? Obviously, you're gonna have a hard time finding it, but it will make the game a little bit more interesting and make the tracker a lot better. So something minor like that would be a great addition to the game. Also, something else I do want is daily rewards, man. Daily rewards. I really want daily rewards because a lot of games have this, and it can be as simple as like just giving you like an egg or a Pokeball, or, you know, some Pokecoins, just something minor like that. A little daily reward system would be nice. Also, like I did mention in this video, trading and battling friends would be my #1 thing I want in the game. But since they said they're working on it, I'm not going to include that too much. Now, something else I also thought about, but then I was like, maybe this wouldn't be the best idea. Poke Centers, right? Now, if you don't remember what Poke Centers are in the older Pokemon games, or pretty much every Pokemon game except Pokemon Go, Poke Centers are basically areas you can visit to heal your Pokemon and also get items. Now you might be like, FSUETL, we can already revive Pokemon and we get items from Pokestops, so why the fuck would we want a Poke Center? Well, maybe they can add some sort of feature where you can only, now this isn't like canon or anything because you don't do this at Poke Centers, but I'm just throwing this idea out there since, you know, we can already revive and get items, so a Poke Center would be pointless. Maybe a Poke Center can be an area where you can trade Pokemon with friends, so you can't just do it next to your friend, you have to actually go to the Poke Center. That would be interesting. Also, maybe it can be the other way around where you can only battle friends at Poke Centers instead of just doing it right in front of you, like right next to your friend. And that would be interesting as well, because a Poke Center and trading at the Poke Centers and battling at the Poke Centers, it basically, it's really good at preventing cheating. And if you don't know what I mean by that, let's say, you know, for example, right, hypothetically, someone can make like 10 accounts, right, and they can have them all max level accounts and they can just trade with each other at home. Well, if you make Poke Centers where they have to actually leave the house and go to a Poke Center to trade, it's going to make it a lot harder for them to cheat, whether it's trading or battling, etc. So Poke Centers in that aspect will be a great addition. Now, I know Poke Centers, you don't battle there and you don't trade there, is there to revive and get items, but maybe they can switch it up for Pokemon Go. I don't know. Let me know your opinions in the comment section below. It was just a thought, alright? Don't need to fucking destroy me in the comments. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Another good idea I had is to let us add new landmarks, right? They have this really complicated way to submit a request to get more Pokestops, and it never works. No one ever adds Pokestops. It's such a pain in the ass. Like at my school, for example, it would be so badass if there was a gym on my campus. Like it would be so amazing to have a gym in the middle of my high school, but obviously there is none because Niantic like made the map in like 2003, so the high school wasn't even there. Yeah, my high school was made in like 2008, so it's a pretty new high school. So, you know, I would love a gym there, but Niantic says no, fuck off, so I don't get a gym. So just something where you can like request within the game to like get Pokestops at a location, or to get gyms at a location. And if Niantic, obviously, if they see enough requests, they'll add it. Just something simple like that. And obviously, they don't need to add it for an update. They can just do a maintenance and quickly add it. It would be pretty simple for them, I think. And something else I want is just, now this is a little tedious to me. People might not have this problem. I just feel like the navigation in the game just isn't as smooth as it could be. I feel like the game could be a lot more smoother. So I don't know, just the navigation, I don't know. This is a personal thing. Some people might not have this problem, but I feel like the game could just be a little bit more smoother. You know what I mean? Like the navigating part. So like when you're walking down the road, you can't really see the whole map as well. I know it's done like that on purpose, so it keeps you walking, but just maybe a way to like zoom out and kind of see the map and see where, you know, certain Pokestops are. So like you can look down the road and be like, okay, we got one right here, rather than trying to like zoom in on the little map you have. You get what I'm saying? And also, Actually, I think I've pretty much covered everything I want. Oh, I was going to mention, this is more of a broader thing. Niantic never said they were working on it, so I do want to mention it at the end of the video. Legendary Pokemon, Niantic! What the fuck are you doing? Legendary Pokemon, this is what I want, alright? I should be saying please, Niantic, please! Legendary Pokemon, this would be the perfect time to release it. The game's getting stale, people are getting bored of the game. They can just release the Legendary Pokemon right now, and it would make the game so much more fun. So, special events for Legendary Pokemon would be fucking fantastic. I think I'm speaking on behalf on the Pokemon Go community here. Special events would be great. Now, obviously, don't make them in, like, big cities like New York City, because not everyone lives in New York City. But I would say major places in states across the world, including countries and whatnot, just like not major cities necessarily, but just like major events. Like, for example, like Comic-Con would be a great place to do it. They should have done it at Comic-Con, like release a legendary bird, but you know, Niantic's Niantic, right? Or just, you know, like once every 2 weeks they release a legendary Pokemon in a major city or something like that, right? Where you can kind of like time it, you can travel over there, catch a legendary Pokemon, have a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said earlier, not all major cities, so like if you live in a rural area, like I don't know what the distance should be, like every 50 miles there's like a legendary Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. Obviously, I made that off the top of my head. That's not too accurate, but some sort of like set number of miles, or I guess I should say kilometers, for Pokemon Go. They should release like a legendary Pokemon within that area, like once every month or something like that, right? So it's still rare to catch one, but then again, it's not impossible to catch them like it is now. Anyway, those are the major things I really want in Pokemon Go, and I'm hoping they add them sometime soon, and quite possibly they might add them sometime soon, because Niantic should be in the title of this video, and by you guys liking this video, like I said earlier, it's going to notify them on Twitter. So if you haven't liked already, go ahead and smack that like button. If you got like, go ahead and like make like 10 accounts so we can spam like this thing, because Niantic, I really want them to see this, because I mentioned a lot of things in this video that a lot of people have not mentioned, and I feel like these are some good features that would make the game so much better. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine a Pokemon Go game where the tracker worked, first of all. Second of all, we had all these features. It would be the biggest fucking hit ever. Now, sometimes when I think about Pokemon Go, I feel like they should have just waited and released it like around now, right? I feel like they released it too early, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. I still love the game. I just feel like they need to add some more features to make it more interesting. If you made it to the end of the video, comment hashtag Niantic what the fuck in the comment section below to show me you made it to the end of the video. Spam hashtag Niantic WTF in the comment section below. Peace out, YouTube. Subscribe if you're new to the channel so you don't miss out on dope stuff like this. Sub, and as always, stay sexy.